Hi friends, welcome to AJJ Talks. As part of Let's Crack Gate 2025 video series, we have already uploaded 5 shorts on the topic counting of figures. So in this video, I will be more deliberate on how to solve these type of problems. Generally, 3 type of figures are being seen: squares, rectangles and triangles. So let's start with squares. Suppose we get a problem like this to find the total number of squares in this figure. So these are generally called as homogeneous figures or standard figures, in which the big figure is made of small pieces which are of identical in shape. So we number the rows and similarly number the columns. So there are 3 rows and 3 columns. So the total number of squares can be found out by multiplying the number of rows and number of columns. Then to that add a number by reducing 1 from the number of rows and 1 from the number of columns, that is 2 by 2. Then again reduce minus 1, from here also minus 1, we will get 1 by 1. So we used to keep on doing this until we will get 1 in any one. Now let's start with rectangles. So to find out the total number of rectangles in this figure, we follow the similar method explained earlier. We number the rows and columns. So there are 2 rows and 4 columns. So the total number of rectangles will be sum of column numbers multiplied by sum of row numbers. And the answer is 30. This method can be used by replacing rectangles by parallelograms. So since we have already learned how to calculate the total number of squares in such type of problems, let's try how many squares are in this figure. So the number of squares will be equal to 2 rows and 4 columns. So we initially multiply column number by row number, then reduce 1 from this and 1 from this. So we will get 3 by 1. So 4 into 2, 8 plus 3, answer will be 11. You can cross check by counting. Since we have learned how to calculate the number of squares and rectangles in a figure, so you can try these 2 questions in which number of squares and rectangles in each of these figures has to be calculated. Let's now discuss triangles. So to find out the total number of triangles in a figure, there are basically 3 type of questions that are seen. First is triangle with common vertex. All these triangles have common vertex. So in order to find out the total number of triangles in this case, we number the triangle from one side and just add these numbers. 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6 will be the answer. In second type of problems, squares or rectangles having diagonals. In this case, start numbering the triangles and multiply the final number by 2. That will be the answer. In third type of problems, triangles with parallel lines inside a triangle. That means these lines are parallel to the sides. So in this case, the number of triangles can be calculated by these formulas. First one is when n is even, and second is for the case where n is odd. And what is n? N is the total number of triangles sitting on the side or a base. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, n is equal to 4, and substituting in this equation for even case, we will get answer as 1 by 8 into 4 into plus 2 6 into 9. So the answer will be 27. We have already learned how to solve the problems having standard figures. Now you can pause this video for a minute and calculate the total number of triangles in these two questions where it is combination of standard figures. Now let me explain how to go about this. In this problem, if we consider the outer square, it is shown with a thin red line. So this is the case we have discussed before. That is calculating the triangles inside squares with diagonals. So we can number it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the outer square contribute 8 into 2, 16 triangles. Now consider the case of this inner square that is shown by black color. So similarly this case also we can number it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 16 again. Now it's not over. You can see by adding a line here, this will contribute one triangle, small triangle towards this side, and this will form part of a bigger triangle towards this side. So adding a small line here will give two triangles, and similarly there are such 8 lines. So 8 into 2, 16 again. So the total number of triangles will be 48. Now coming to this question, this is also combination of standard figures and we have just explained earlier. This is the case we have explained just now also and earlier also. This will give you 8 triangles. So this 8 into 2, that is 16, and if you avoid this part, this is triangle with common vertex. So we can number it as 1, 2, and the total number of triangles will be 1 plus 2, that is 3. And it's not over. When we join this will give a bigger triangle this side and one bigger triangle this side also, downside. So plus 2, that will give total 21 triangles. Whenever it is told to calculate the number of triangles in a star generally having 5 legs, then the total numbers of triangle will be 5 into 2, that is 10. And at the end, let me conclude with the concluding remarks. Whenever there is variation from standard figures, as shown here, just like this, here this line is missing, or like this where this line is missing, or the cases like this. In this case, you have to count. There are no shortcuts or direct formulas to calculate the number of triangles. So guys, I hope this video would have been useful for your preparation for upcoming GATE exam. Please do like, subscribe and share among your friends who are preparing for GATE. Thank you.